Noob Rolls 1.1.04.08. Figyelj, van benne, basz meg. Ilyenkor az egeret tüntessék-e?
De így kellemetlen élmény, igen.
Olyan nagy kérés az. Igen, de ez azért mégiscsak ez a kevésbé fosol, hanem inkább csak fun.
Many moons ago, mortals rose up against me and chased me down. They were led by demon hunters, wretched beings incapable of seeing the beauty of a corrupted world. My creatures and demons gave everything they had in the fight, but it was not enough. I was forced to leave the world of the living. Weakened, I returned to hell to survive. For years I consumed fresh souls to regain my power, but their numbers are fast diminishing. I cannot wait anymore. I must reclaim my rightful place. It is time to gather my forces once more. Those who signed a pact with me will do as I order. They will spread terror and corruption in my name. The time has come for my revenge.
The Devil's Lair. Welcome to your fortress. From here, you can launch adventures from the map of the new world, read about your servants in the chart of disciples, follow your progress to the altar of conquests. Select the map to begin a mission. Map of the new world. This map depicts the new world. The demon hunters put an end to your reign in this region 10 years ago. It's here that you choose missions for your disciples in their quest to avenge you. The further you progress in the game, the stronger your adversaries become, and the overall difficulty of the game increases. For the moment, your adversaries are weak, so take advantage of it and hit hard. Now to your first mission.
Many years ago, I was banished from the terrestrial plane by Van Helsing and his demon hunters. Since then, I have reigned over hell while awaiting the hour of my return. But things are changing. The souls of the deceased no longer descend into hell. Have humans become more virtuous? Or is there a new force conspiring to usurp my power? I recall into service my disciples, powerful beings who once made a pact with me. They can move freely in this region called the New World, where I was undone by Van Helsing. They will find him and exact my revenge upon him.
Default mode for Rogue Lords. Devilishly demanding journey that will challenge your devil's powers, ability to spread terror. This mode will be available. Nem tudom mikor. Apprentice mode will be available once the tutorial is over. Okay. Begin. World of the Living. You control a group of disciples and choose one to represent the group. You navigate from zone to zone by choosing your route on the map. You have to complete the main activity in a zone before you can move on to the next.
Ó, akkor a nagy térkép, akkor a kis térkép.
Hát igen.
Jól értem, igen. Legalábbis lehet, hogy egy térkép az egész, amikor bemész egy zónába, de azt meg kell csinálni a zónában, meg kell a játék. Ha van, győzve az ellenfeleket, vagy a hasonló.
Egy csoportot irányítok, mindig lesz egy egy vezető.
Majd egy csak harcos roguelite. Általában a roguelite.
Ugye talán kitek, hogy ez tényleg roguelite lesz-e.
Hiszem, akkor mészünk elég roguelite, de körülbelül a harcos.
Main activity completing this activity unlocks access to the following zones. Érdekes, hogy így mozgunk a térképen.
Through the renewed link with my disciples, I become aware of the situation in the new world. The demon hunters have increased their hold on the population. They are everywhere, on the roads, in the villages, patrolling and imposing a summary justice. On the other hand, no one has heard of the 6 artifacts stolen from me by Van Helsing during our last confrontation. If he is using them, he does not boast of it. My attention is drawn towards a new religion. The Sanctua Lumen, as it is called, is increasing its hold on humans. My disciples decide to go to one of its sanctuaries in order to learn more.
Ezek szerint ilyen mindig fel van olvasva minden.
Jó. Ezt tudom értékelni. Játék nem olvastasson velem, bazd meg. Szórakozni akarok, nem tudom leckét tanulni.
Nem bánom olvasni kell, de néha így tetszik a változatosság, hogy van benne szinkron. Open the map to consult it. Jobbra gomba. The book map shows the zones and paths for 2 chapters. It also shows you the special effects that might affect certain zones during gameplay. The third zone in each book is always a combat. Activity info. Tips then navigate on some zones to consult their details. Chapter. You order your disciples to come here as quickly as possible in order to move on the next chapter of this book. By getting there you gain 1 terror. The book contains 6 chapters and ends with a boss fight. Choose your combat tactics and eliminate your enemies to earn skills, reap souls, and impart terror. Close. Diabolic Essence. Diabolic Essence is your main resource. If you run out, you lose. Essence can be lost during combat or used to boost your influence over the world of mortals. Souls can be won during combat or events. They can be traded to the Grim Reaper to obtain skills, increase the rarity of skills you already have, or obtain relics. Okay. As you accumulate events and combats, the terror you inspire grows. Each increase produces a terror effect on the zones on a subsequent night and gives you advantages. For every 4 increases, you gain a level of terror, permanently improving your chance to obtain higher rarity skills, and you receive a relic. Okay. Is it time to launch your first combat? Is it? Okay, then. Completing this activity unlocks access to the following zones. Choose your approach. It will determine which rewards you receive at the end of the combat. Terror effect in 5 nights. Set up an ambush. Ezt kell választanom, szóval discreetly a skill at the end of the igen. Attack discreetly 45 szó.
Will roll tonight.
Our turn is played out. At the beginning of each turn, your enemies announce the actions they are going to launch. You have 5 action points to share among your disciples in order to thwart their attacks. Once you finish, your enemies play their announced actions. Then a new turn begins with your enemies' announcement of their intentions. Egy ponton van, itt el kell osztanom körönként. Select Bloody Mary.
What game are we playing?
Points and spiritual points. All combatants have 2 gauges of health, one physical and one spiritual. Okay. Kétféle HP van, a fizikai és a lelki HP. Okay. Spirituális. Inflicting physical damage reduces the number of health points, while inflicting spiritual damage reduces the number of spiritual points. To defeat an enemy, you must reduce their health points or spiritual points to 0, and then inflict the same type of damage one last time to finish them off.
I'm parched.
When you use a skill, you deplete its charge, and it can be used again until it has been recharged. Each disciple possesses a recharge action that replenishes all their skills. Recharge actions vary from one disciple to another. For example, some have bonus effects that change their cost.
Darkness makes me stronger.
Ez a féli zene, a féli gyal.
Yeah.
Ez egy örökről van.
No more action points. When you have no more actions, we end your turn.
Let me return the kindness.
Fejlődtek, új skilleket kapsz majd. Eltűnesz felszerelni.
Inkább ilyen taktikainak tűnik. Mint
I'm parched.
when enemy is reduced to 0 health points or 0 spiritual points, they do not die. You have to administer a death strike by inflicting damage on the same gauge. Disciples are also subject to vulnerability status, but they do not die when they receive a death blow. Instead, you consume diabolic essence to keep them alive so they can complete their mission.
Those humans didn't have a chance. I am pleased with these offerings. Take them.
Each type of activity has its own set of specifications. At the end of each combat, you will receive a reward depending on your choice at the time of approach. You will regularly have a choice of 3 elements during reward phases. Choose one. Ja, és akkor így megyek tovább, aha. Oké, akkor megyek itt tovább az.
Go forth and plunge this land into chaos.
Some zones have an extra activity. It is optional and can be carried out before or after the main activity.
I heard you. You called me 3 times.
There are several ways to reduce inflicted damage. First, with skills that immediately diminish imminent damage. Second, with statuses that protect your disciples or negatively affect your enemies. Select Mary.
What game are we playing?
Mary is bloodthirsty, which translates to physical skills that can only target the weakest adversaries. Mary also possesses a mirror that she places in front of the enemy of her choice when she recharges. Once her mirror is in place, all the skills she plays are reproduced on the mirror's target. Select the mirror.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Let me return the kindness.
The Headless Horseman is a battle-hardened soldier who can take blows and dish them out. He gets reductions in damage and provocation status that allow him to redirect attacks to himself. When he suffers damage, his bitterness increases. At its maximum, his bitterness enables him to launch extremely potent skills. Certain effects allow you to apply a status to a character. These can have a number of charges or a duration in turns. If they have charges, they lose one charge each time they are triggered. If they have a duration, they can be launched several times for as long as they are active. There are 6 statuses. Status types: Enhancement, Protection, Cure, Maneuver, Control, and Weakness. The character can hold only one status of each type. If another status of the same type is applied, it replaces the first if it is the same. Its duration or number of charges increases.
In the fight?
Dracula is a leader of men and was once bloodthirsty war. He has earned his longevity by being extremely cautious in potentially deadly situations. His experience has given him a number of skills that benefit his whole team, but when he becomes vulnerable, the warrior reawakens. Some of his skills become devastating.
I'm listening, Master.
I don't like this situation. Let's
Devil
change
mode.
it.
The devil isn't held back by the same rules as mortals. He can cheat the interface. This allows him to modify the health point and spiritual components. He wants recharge skills, move statuses around. The only limit to his powers is their cost in Diabolic Essence. Van egy ilyen Diabolic Essence tudtam, amiből 50 van, és ezzel így ezt a Devil módot beaktiválom, akkor azt használom. Azzal kell gazdálkodnom. Oké. Igen. One of your devil powers allows you to move statuses between combatants. You could also grab one of the combatant statuses under its HP and HP gauges and drag it under the gauges of the combatants you want to give it to.
Limit to my power is my imagination. Enemy disciples, do you want to feel my wrath?
When a disciple is vulnerable and about to suffer damage, the devil protects it at the cost of as many diabolic essence as inflicted damage. The disciple is not vulnerable. Ja, hogyha 0 HP-n vagyok, akkor utána a sebzés ebből a diabolic essence-ből megy, amiből ez a 50 cheat pontból. If a disciple is not vulnerable and about to suffer more damage than its current HP or HP, the enemy surplus is cancelled. Okay. However, an attack hitting several times counts as many damage applications and can consume essence. Okay. You need to fight by your own means. So.
Who should I kill?
What game are we playing? Dirt tastes like. Oh, you're going to love it.
Let me return the kindness.
Crawl, mortals. From now on, you belong to me. With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
Skill evolution. Skills have 3 levels of rarity: ordinary, wicked, and demonic. When you obtain a skill for the first time, the 3 fuse together to form a skill with the next level of rarity. Afterwards, you will discover a skill with higher rarity for the same disciple.
Take everything you can.
You can smell the noxious waters of the sticks even before you see the source. Just observe the scene to gather more information. So the waters of the sticks bubble up in the form of fountains at certain spots spread around the world. You can use its waters to regenerate your diabolic essence or purge your disciples' negative traits. You can only withdraw energy from this source one time. You have a symbol around the altar awaiting
The
your order.
waters of the Styx offer invincibility. I need more.
Okay. Choose a disciple to be the main actor in an event to improve their characteristics and to find various rewards.
Many humans lie dead among the roots of these trees. I quite like this place. Event main activity, completing this activity unlocks successfully. Choose a disciple to pass the social tests and receive the associated traits at the end of the event. Selected disciple will undertake the social tests and receive a trait at the end of the event. Choose this, akkor a Headless Knight-ot kell választanom. Még a tutoriálval vagyok, ugyebár. Pain Master, plus 1 rules, plus 1 physical damage, plus 1 spiritual damage. These characteristics can be encountered in this event.
What are my orders?
Your disciple stumbles upon a young man shooting at a straw target with a crossbow. He's startled when he notices them and points his weapon in their direction. You are. I recognize you. My master told me about you. You are the devil's emissaries. Apprentice Demon Hunter egyébként. I'm going to annihilate you and become a legend in my own time. I'll be the greatest demon hunter ever! Despite his boasting, the kid can barely hide the fact that he's shaking in his boots. You could almost feel sorry for him, but his naivety annoys you. There must be a way to use him to your advantage. This kid already fancies himself the new Van Helsing, even though he'd never looked evil in the face until a few minutes ago. The time has come to let him taste the secret horrors only you know. Horseman. Headless Horseman looks the kid up and down suspiciously. Choose your storyline. As events unfold, you will have to make choices that influence how the story progresses and the rewards you will receive. Certain actions are social tests, and passing them depends on your disciple's characteristics. The actions that require a test have greater potential, but unless you cheat, you take the risk of failing them. Scare or use? You're going to devil mode to cheat.
I don't like this situation. Let's change it.
Hogyan csinálja?
Reality is but a toy to me.
Nem ezt akartam. Azért most csak ezt tanul.
The dice were loaded from the start.
You give the orders, I carry them out.
Ellis also infiltrates the apprentice's mind to make his worst nightmares come true. Shadow creatures begin crawling on the ground around him and over his skin. Anything goes when it comes to accomplishing my mission, even magic. More, more, I want to see more. It's a soldier's duty to master all the weapons in his arsenal.
It's not my head, but it'll do.
Ellis also receives the following trait: Obstinate, +2 occultism, +6 max health points, +6 max spiritual points.
Really? It's for me?
Vladimir is kap újat. Intriguing trétet kapott, plusz egy temptation, plusz 4 max spiritual points.
It's not my head, but it'll do.
Oh, Headless Horseman receives the following trait: Ingenious, +1 ruse, +2 max health points, +2 max spiritual points. Disciples' reaction. Disciples sometimes react after some social test. Depending on their temper, each disciple has more or less chances to react positively. A reaction can either only involve a disciple who just passed the test or be a conversation with another member of the team. Reactions generate a trait for at least one of the participants, either positive or negative, depending on the reaction's nature. Livid with terror, the apprentice hunter tries to kill them, but they are only illusions and he can't even touch them. Finally, he falls to his knees before your disciple. Have pity, make them stop, I'll do whatever you want. He is at Headless Horseman's mercy. What should he do with him? Then he hoped to share his nightmare with other humans, forcing to betray the demon hunters. Hmm. Ah,
Mi van?
most még a tutra vagyok, az azért nem enged engem választani.
Hát csináld végig sztoriát.
Kényszerítenek.
Nagyon sok minden van benne, nagyon hosszan magyarázza.
Na, kicsit túl sokat magyaráz, az a bajom.
Olyan kis játék tűnik, de nem van, még kurva nagy játék.
Jani mély, taktikus játék ez.
De jó, már ilyen
Ilyen kis sztori, ilyen kis mesés sztori játék, hogy merre mész a történetben.
Igen. Érdekes.
Unless Osman explains to him that the only way to make the creatures disappear is by killing the other demon hunters he knows. Without a second's hesitation, the apprentice takes off running for the closest demon hunter's refuge. It won't be long before the souls of those accursed upstarts are among your subjects.
Scream as loud as you can, condemned souls. I'm the only one who can hear you.
Kaptam 300 lelket. Souls are used as currency to buy skills and relics from the Grim Reaper or have him increase the rarity of a skill you already possess.
Not my head, but it'll do.
De szóval kapott még egy trétet ezért, a harmadik pozitív trétje. Plusz egy loose, plusz egy physical damage, plusz egy spiritual damage. Painmaster. Traits are permanent and affect the social and combat characteristics of the disciple who obtains them. The disciples can also receive negative traits when they fail social tests or show negative reactions during events. Negative traits can be purged in the fountains of the Styx. Open the spellbook. The main page of the spellbook shows you the current state of each of your disciples, including skills, combat and social characteristics, traits and relics. Turn to the second page of the spellbook. The spellbook, the Devil. On the second page, the spellbook shows you the relics you possess that are not linked to a specific disciple and details your demonic powers. In a secret meeting place hidden from mortals, your disciples meet with the Grim Reaper. It's time to do some business. Numerous eyes observe you from underneath the Grim Reaper's hood. You have no idea what he does with all the souls he collects, but as long as he respects the deals he makes with you, it's not your concern.
Ah, a conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
The Grim Reaper offers you skills and relics in exchange for souls. He can also increase the rarity of a skill you already possess, but to do so, he needs to keep the skill until the next time you meet him. Oh, wow, okay.
With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
Relics. Even more than skills, relics are powerful assets that help you progress. Though they can be obtained from the Grim Reaper and during certain events, the surest way to get them is by defeating elite adversaries. Other begins combat with 2 haste. Zephyr. One way to upgrade the rarity of a skill is to leave it to the Grim Reaper. The skill you leave will not be in your disciple's inventory anymore. You can find the reminder of that skill next to the mini-map. The Grim Reaper will return the upgraded skill to you at the beginning of your next visit. It is the fit to augmented sanity and return it to you at our next meeting. Nem tudom megvenni?
Igen, eltett egy óra, és még ki sem jöttél tutoriálból. Olyan bő, itt az egész éjszaka vele. De érdekes amúgy, ki is ment a szememből az álom, teljesen.
End this encounter.
Sosem speciáltam, aztán már részletadó.
Nem. Nem az, hogy már az előző játék most már így betrénelt, azt most már várom, hogy mikor fog félni. De hát én. Hát, hogy lassan abba hagyom.
Most ez elindul. Ez a nagy térkép, ez olyan, mint egy Heroes pálya.
Egy kicsit igen.
Seregette a csapatunknak.
My disciples enter the Sanctua Lumen Sanctuary and determine that it has well and truly replaced the old religions. Priest and warrior monks trained to fight the creatures of the night. Vampires and werewolves rot in silver cages. My disciples swoop upon this new enemy, and soon lifeless bodies litter the sanctuary's floor. A handful of survivors are charged with spreading the word of my return. We then leave for the last known bastion of Van Helsing.
Legutóbb ő küldte el a Devilt, az ördögöt vissza pokolba. És visszajött. Visszahódítsa a régi területeit. Szektöleivel. Many stone markers bearing the Sanctum Lumen.
No one stands against the Prince of Hell.
Following effects will affect the zone situated in 2 nights. Upon arrival in this zone, we lose 50 souls. Megnyitottam, mit akarsz meg tőlem? Baj lett a játéknak. Valgott a tutoriál. Azt mondja, hogy nyissa meg a térképet, megnyitom, de nem csinál semmit. Bezárom a térképet, és nem tudok tovább menni. És azon van meg akarva, hogy nyissa meg a térképet. Megtörtént.
Jobban nyitod.
Szóval igen, beakadt a tutoriál. Ez egyre lesz majd kezdenem. Elakadtam itt.
Mi történt? Ez a szegény játék.
Hát, az hogy itt még csak el sem mentetted, szóval most kilépek, újra kell kezdenem. Akkor mindegy, akkor hagyom. Majd máskor próbálom. Egyébként nem rossz játék.